Hello fellow musicians, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to talk about what I found to be the positives of the third episode of Kenobi. And I'm going to start off with us seeing more of Obi-Wan's PTSD in this episode, and what I mean by that is that we saw Obi-Wan see Anakin. So, of course, in the first two episodes, we kind of got, a pretty good idea that Obi-Wan isn't exactly over what happened to Anakin on Mustafar. But this episode also, has it where Obi-Wan sees Anakin from a distance. I would have liked another part of this episode to have had that same feel to it, like where we see Anakin. But nevertheless, I will give credit where credit's due, which is why I do a positive, what I found to be a positive light, and then a negative light of the series. Because I do think it's important to flesh out the positive, or to commend people on the positives, and say, okay, this is what I don't like, right? So yeah, seeing Obi-Wan hallucinate a bit, like seeing Anakin from a distance was cool. I did like seeing how, even though Leia's was saying these people may help us, Obi-Wan said nobody's good, nobody will help us. Okay, I did enjoy this down in the dumps Obi-Wan in terms of I guess, what happened with Anakin and Palpatine and pretty much the Clone Wars kind of made Obi-Wan not exactly easily trusting to others. So I dug that. And I did enjoy when Obi-Wan and Leia were on the cargo talking to the stormtroopers. How Obi-Wan was telling him that sometimes he looks at Leia and practically sees Padme in her, and how everybody misses her. And I do like that little heart thing that Leia and Obi-Wan had, where Leia said, "This entire time you've been lying to me. You knew my mother. I could tell." But then I can see where people's criticism is with this. Where Leia asks, "Are you my father?" Obi-Wan says, "I wish, but no." I can kind of see the criticism in that, to be honest, because that did come up a tad bit where, I wish I was your father, but at first, I kind of had that thought process. But then, after I thought about it more, I've realized that Obi-Wan probably wished that he was Leia's father, birth father. So she, because of what happened to Anakin, I guess he wishes that he could be her birth father. So I don't know. That's where my process went. But at the same time, then I kind of go back and saying, but she already has a father who loves her every day, who treats her as a princess, no pun intended, being a Belle. Even though he's not her biological father, he is still her dad. So I'm kind of torn. So I don't know whether to put this in the positive or the negative, that little line. But I did like how Leia is aware that she's adopted. Of course, we already knew that from episode 1. but it shows. I just wonder what my parents were like. Little does he know that her father is the helps like the most evil dictator of the galaxy, and is essentially responsible for her mother's death, nearly killing her, and her brother that she has absolutely no idea about at this point. That she doesn't really know until episode 6. Like, that she has a brother, I mean. But, so I did like that. I also enjoyed that lady that, when we meet her, she is dressed in the Imperial officer, outfit, but turns out she's the person that fake Jedi in the last episodes has helping him and Leia. And essentially she takes them to this tunnel, and explains that Obi-Wan is not the first Jedi to come around, and that now the Empire is hunting down Force sensitives. They don't care if you're an adult or a kid. They'll hunt you down and they'll kill you. So I did like that, how they acknowledged that bit. Guess that just, to me, amps up how, like, of a asshole the Empire is. So that's just me. And I do like in this same scene that I'm talking about, they did say Quinlan Foss. I believe this is the guy's name. Let me go check. Yeah, Quinlan Foss, who was there too, and Quinlan Foss, he was a Jedi. He made a small cameo in The Phantom Menace when Qui-Gon and Padme and Jar Jar and R2 were on Tatooine, right? And I've heard, because I've heard this from Star Wars Theory, like watching his videos, that Quinlan Foss, it says he fell to the dark side. But from my understanding, as I read more about this Jedi, he turned back to the light side. And he's like, I guess, one of the survivors of Order 66. Correct me if I'm wrong in any part of that. But essentially he's still living, confirmed by the show at this point. And so it would be pretty cool to see him in the Star Wars universe moving forward. If they're going to do like live action, based off the picture that I'm looking at, he does. I would be open to Jason Momoa, Aquaman, that guy who plays Aquaman, to be Quinlan Foss, because Jason Momoa looks pretty similar to him. So I think Jason Momoa could pass off as Quinlan Foss. And I didn't exactly, even though I didn't exactly enjoy Vader and Obi-Wan's confrontation, which I mentioned in the last video that I did, part of me kind of dug Vader kind of toying with Obi-Wan, because after I thought about it and after I saw the Star Wars Theory video, I kind of dug Vader toying Obi-Wan a bit more, because Vader wants to put fear in Obi-Wan. He wants Obi-Wan to be afraid before he kills him. Vader wants to have a bit of fun with Obi-Wan before killing down his prey. So Vader toying a bit with Obi-Wan, after thinking about it and sitting and watching Star Wars Theories video, where it kind of also puts some things in perspective for me as well, I did like the whole fact that Vader was toying with Anakin. I mean, with Obi-Wan. And I like how Vader was using his one hand to fight. I thought that was pretty cool. And getting James Earl Jones back was great. Thank you. But my issue with that fight scene was that Obi-Wan was I'll go more into detail with this and what I feel like is the negative, but I'll briefly touch upon it here. Uh, what I disliked about that fight is that it felt kind of too early and it didn't feel much like of a fight. And again, I'll say that I'll save the details of that in the next video. So stay tuned for the next video. So yeah, I did not exactly enjoy. Even though I did not enjoy that full fight, I did enjoy the fact that Vader was using one hand, and that Vader was kind of toying with him before killing him. I did enjoy the ending of the episode. Not exactly with Obi-Wan getting saved precisely, but with when Leia met Reva, or the third sister, whatever. She said, "Are you the one who I'm supposed to meet?" And Reva tries to trick Leia. You see the person that was supposed to get Obi-Wan and Leia off world dead, and Leia just runs, and that's about it. We get a cliffhanger. I did enjoy how they did the cliffhanger, like with the Leia and third sister scene. Leia runs, and boom, an episode. I kind of dug that being a cliffhanger. I don't know why, but I just did. I really have no reason to specific reason. It's just I like it. That's a cliffhanger. If it wasn't the last part, then I probably would feel differently about it. But I did also enjoy how the Inquisitors were fighting over each other, pretty much to get Vader's love and affection, practically. And I did enjoy them actually showing the Vader's castle on Mustafar. But again, I will elaborate in here in my next review for this. That even though I enjoyed seeing Vader's castle, his whatever, I have some issues with it. That's a moment, but like I said, I'll save that for the next one because this is supposed to be the more positive review of the episode. So that's about it. About in terms of positive, I'm trying to think of more. I do like the girl who plays Leia's acting. That's definitely been one consistent thing. My standards for adults and my standard for kids acting are on two different levels because kids are they have potential to be as good as they could and they're still growing. Adults is a different story. So the girl who plays Leia, I believe her acting has been consistently good. And so, kudos to you, person who does little Leia. And I do enjoy, I could tell that was Hayden Christensen underneath the suit by how he walked. It kind of reminded me partially of that walk that Hayden Christensen did as Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, so I did like that. I don't know why. But it still says Vader to me. But it also, I also did enjoy seeing Obi-Wan trying to call out to Qui-Gon. Like he still is trying to like call out to Qui-Gon for guidance, and I dug that. So that's another part that I enjoyed. Um, I think I covered all the things I enjoyed, or somewhat liked, or thought that was semi good, or I felt like it was going in the right direction in this episode. So I will be reviewing episode 4 next week. Keep an eye out for my part 2 to this review, or part 3 technically, where I talk about what I felt like this episode could have improved upon. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me what you guys enjoyed about this video. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. May the force be with us all.